Hey everybody, welcome back to the porch again this morning. You guys, it is a very cool, it's a chilly 54 degrees this morning. So I'm sitting out here on the porch enjoying this beautiful fall weather. There's a slight breeze in the air. I'm just sitting here. I wanted to I'm actually waiting on, let me back up. I've done several things already this morning. And one of which I woke up like bright and early and had an idea on my mind, on my brain, as it pertains to some of the renovations that I'm doing. And I had to like get up and kind of walk it out and map it out while it was fresh on my brain so I could adequately share it with my contractor whenever he gets here. Y'all, let me tell you something. Listen, for those of you who are entrepreneurs, be it you're a hairstylist, interior designer, realtor, contractor, especially y'all be on time, okay? When you say you're going to be somewhere, be there. Be where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be there. That's just great customer service. That's called having integrity. That's called do what you're supposed to do so you can get a referral. Because honestly, the best advertisement is word of mouth. When somebody refers you because they've experienced you and or your business firsthand, y'all, that is the best advertisement. But baby, when you always late and then you have all these excuses, it gets old, okay? And in my situation, I'm excited about what I'm doing and I'm trying not to get frustrated with my contractor because whenever he's late or he doesn't show up or he's not timely, it throws everything that I'm doing off. And y'all already know I'm all over the place. I'm trying to do content and record in the kitchen and do some things for you guys because the holidays are coming and either I'm stalling because I'm waiting on him, don't want to get in the middle of something and then he shows up, or either I hear later on in the afternoon that I can't come today because of such and such. Sir, had you told me that this morning, like early this morning, when you rose and you didn't have no doubt, you knew then at 8 o'clock this morning that you weren't going to be able to get here, I would have appreciated a text much earlier. That way I could have changed the course of my day. All right. So, anywho, listen, that's not what we're here to talk about. Okay. Just a little frustrated, y'all. But I'm going to enjoy this entire process. So, woke up with something on my brain, had to kind of draw it out and mark it out on the floor so I could see it and could adequately explain it to him. Don't know whether or not it's going to work. He's going to be able to tell me, okay, whether or not it's going to work. So, in any event, I did want to update you all and show you all of the window trim and the opening where you either exit the kitchen and go through the dining room or vice versa. You come through the dining room to get in the kitchen. Wanted to show you that. Okay, so that's been opened up, trimmed out. All of the windows that I wanted trimmed out downstairs has been trimmed out as well. Okay, so we're going to look at that. And even in some of my structural changes, I think it's going to definitely change the course of my plan, at least what I thought I was going to do when. I think we're going to have to change that. But we'll talk about that later. Okay. I just wanted to show you guys the finished, the completion of my window trim. Did an amazing job. Like I say, nothing is painted yet. I can't call in my painter until this first contractor is finished doing what he's doing. And I'm so glad that I'm not racing against the clock trying to get this done before Thanksgiving because I'm not hosting here this year. My children are just everywhere. And my oldest son and his family, I know they won't be here for Thanksgiving. So I'm not hosting today. So we're doing, not today, I'm not hosting this year. I'm not sure if baby boy will be here either. So we're doing something different. We'll talk about that later too. But I've said before that I'm really not a planner. Okay. Some of y'all may think that's crazy and that I'm doing this major project and I'm just kind of, I know what I see in my mind. And then I'm just trying to explain it as best I can to my contractor. In any event, listen, let's look at what we've done, give you this quick update. And y'all just bear with me because I have a whole lot. The fact that I decided to jump in head first with this, and I was getting ready to say I don't know why, but no, I know exactly why. Because y'all know my baby boy was leaving and was just moving away, and it was so much, and it just made me so sad because all of my boys are just, I mean, hours and hours away. So I needed something to really occupy my time as if I didn't have enough to do already, but just something that was exciting to me and that was going to make me happier and bring me joy despite, the sadness that I'm feeling with my boys just being across the country. So anywho, but this is how I do. I'm not much of a certain things I have to plan. This is the first time I think I've done, like, this is a major project to me. The things that I'm trying to do as it pertains to my kitchen, but I'm not ready to totally do the kitchen right now. But there are some things that I am going to have to do because of the structural changes that are being made. Okay, so listen, I'm getting ready to explain to you guys. You're going to see what he's done and me showing you the structural changes and the holes that it's left, if you will, in the floor. And that's why I have to make sure any structural changes that I'm doing now, that I'm wanting to do, I do them now. Okay. Anyway, let's look and then we'll be back on the porch. Meet me back on the porch in just a couple of minutes. All right, you guys, so this is the after. Again, excuse the way everything looks because stuff is still a mess. And this is what was left from where they opened it up. Okay. And this is the other side, the view from the dining room. See how much wider that is. Oh my goodness. And it may be hard to see because stuff looks so terrible, but this is what they did. Oh, and they also had these right here. There were two small ones and they had to totally, this light is turned up. They had to switch them. They had to make this the little trim wider. When I tell you they did such a great job doing that. Again, nothing has been painted out. Nothing has been painted out, but that's what it looks like. This is the trim around the window. And the trim that's here around these windows. Okay. Did an amazing job. Absolutely amazing. So the next part that I want to do, although I'm not ready to do my kitchen yet, you guys, I've mentioned before, any structural changes like this here and then over there at the where they opened, let me go back to make sure you understand totally what I'm saying. And this here, any structural changes that are leaving places in the floor, I have to take care of that stuff now, okay? Because I want my island expanded or extended, we're gonna have to make this structural change now, although I'm not ready to do the kitchen, okay? So all of this, first of all, I do not want the bar height. I want it counter height. So this back side of this bar has to come off. And then I want my counter extended. I have a mark on the floor, so I'm kind of thinking in this area here, but it's going to be hard for me to see. I can't really see it until he opens it up. I'm just a visual person, you guys, so I just need to see it. So once he gets it open, then I can see and, you know, maybe tell better exactly, turn this light on, exactly where I want it. I'm so thankful that, you know, he allows me to kind of talk through stuff with him and just see. And I'm thinking, I don't even want it to come back this far, because if I open this area here, that too is going to help kind of open up my kitchen. So my thought process is, do you guys see right here where that window pane is in the dining room? Right here. I'm thinking maybe lining it up with that. So that's going to give me maybe another foot opening in this area here. Y'all, listen, I know it probably does not make any sense, but once it's all said and done, you'll understand it better by and by. And since he has to open this up, so this area right here is going to stay for right now. But this area here, all of this, he's getting ready to take down. So that's coming off. That's going to come off. And then he has to open up this side here. Okay? Because I'm thinking what I want to do is, you see my sink is on an angle. It's on an angle over here. Look at Jackson over there being a little jumping bean. He's on the trampoline. Say, hey, baby. I see your little head bouncing up and down. So right now it's on an angle. My thought process is, will I be able to turn my sink this way and just have it straight like this rather than on the angle? I do want a larger sink. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so that's my latest update, you guys. Okay. He did an amazing job. I'm so pleased with everything that he's done, but he could just be a little slowerish, okay? So he got fired a couple of times too, but listen, after I had to think about that thing, you know, a project I had given him a deposit for. I'm like, you know what? I've given this man this deposit. Let me just tell him how I feel, and we're gonna go from here. And Mr. Dude number one, aka my husband, took him out on the back patio and had a little come to Jesus meeting with him. So Hopefully that will help. But in any event, me showing you the parts of the floor, you see where the floor, it left where the pony wall left the opening, and then the area that we opened up going into the dining room, it left those holes, if you will, in the floor. That's why I had to do those structural changes. I hope it made sense, because had I had my floors done and then opened that up, then they would have had to come back to repair that to fill the holes. So I try to show you guys stuff and explain my thought process so it'll make sense to you, just in case you're getting ready to do some renovations. You'll think about stuff like that, because there really is an order that you have to do certain things so as to not end up wasting money or spending more money because you have to repair something that has to be torn up that you just did because you didn't really think the process through. Okay, so that's that. Now, the next thing that we're going to have to do now that all of that's done, I talked about I'm not ready to do my kitchen yet, but because I want to expand my kitchen island, they're going to have to tear that up and open that up and expand it where I want it now, because I need that done before I get my floors done. Does that make sense? So, thankfully, that part of the kitchen you don't see when I'm videoing, because for right now, like, I've not picked out granite or anything because I wasn't planning on doing that right now. Granite or quartz, I think. I don't know which one I'm going to do. But in any event, because I hadn't planned on getting to that part right now, I hadn't picked out any of that stuff. So he's going to open it up, and at least so I can continue to use my sink, um, he will put some plywood up there so he can still drop my sink back in and just do what needs to be done. And I say that because one thing I do know is that I want a larger sink. So, and because I want a larger sink, it's not going to fit on the current kitchen cabinet base, the base cabinet that I have now for my kitchen sink. It's not going to be large enough. So I was running around this morning trying to find, because I'm like, okay, he's coming today. I need to find a kitchen base cabinet for my sink that's going to accommodate my sink since it's larger. And he really needs that now so he can build around it. Lord child, I done Googled, because I wanted an oak kitchen sink that's unfinished. So I said, Lord, let me run out real quick and find this sink. So I wasn't able to take you guys with me because I was trying to hightail it there and get back here before he got here and did. And it's after 10 o'clock and he's still not here yet. Sir, listen. Anyway, I have the cabinet. Him and his assistant, they're going to have to get it out of my vehicle because I can't get the cabinet in by myself. But at least I have it. So y'all just bear with me. Okay. Bear with me in the content, because Miss Donna, aka Lucy, is in full effect right now. And I'm just kind of I'm all over the place. Okay. But I appreciate you all taking this ride with me. Um, I've got so much going on. So much going on. It's like, and you decided that you wanted to start some home renovations and add to the chaos. And did. Indeed. Okay. So anyway, listen, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick update. I appreciate you all for riding with me on this journey. I'm so excited. I'm ready to get my house together because stuff is a mess. Pulling stuff out of cabinets, and it's just on the dining room floor, and just stuff in the living room. Stuff is like just everywhere, so discombobulated, and that really aggravates me. But this is how it has to be right now while we are doing this. So, but in any event, y'all pray my strength, okay? Listen, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you've not subscribed, please consider doing so. And hit that nosy, that's turning on that notification bell. That way You'll be notified whenever we're over here doing whatever it is we are doing. And listen, before I forget, a couple of you have asked about my elephant ears. So as we're closing, I'm going to show you my elephant ears. They are doing well. You can see that once again, she's still just as pretty as she wants to be. It's getting colder now, so I don't know how much longer she's going to last. But let me show you the elephant ears. So you guys hang tight, and I'll give you an update on my elephant ears. They are doing so well. We have had our grass plugged and seeded, overseeded. So we're just watering. So no, we've not cut the grass right now, and that's why. Okay, so if the grass is looking a little high, that's why, because we're wanting to wait at least about a month before we cut it after it, having it plugged and seeded. So anyway, let's look at the elephant ears. But if you enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you've not subscribed, please consider doing so. Hit that nosy, turn on that notification bell. That way you'll be notified whenever we're over here doing all the things. I mean, we doing a little bit of everything, okay? Thank you all so much for watching. I already look forward to you joining me, or maybe us, that do number one, again next time. Bye. Okay, so let's start with one down here at the mailbox. She is doing her thing. Isn't she pretty? So pretty. And more leaves. Look. More leaves are ready to unravel. She is just gorgeous. And then over here on the side, near the garage, this is the one that I picked up. You guys remember when I met Mr. and Mrs. Douthit? So this one has really adapted, is doing amazing as well. Look at this new leaf that's getting ready to unravel. Just absolutely gorgeous. And then over here, this one just has 2 little leaves. And then back over here on the porch, we have this one. Isn't she beautiful? And I just recently cut 2 of the leaves off. You can see there, and then on that back side. And that's what I do once they, once they start drooping or getting, brown around the leaves, I'll just cut them back. Let me see, is it another one getting ready to, look, you see this there's another one that's trying to grow out and will soon unravel. But aren't they beautiful, you guys? I appreciate you all asking about them too. Just so pretty. And then here go my girl over here. All right. So listen, I appreciate you all so much. So much. All right, Amanda Villa is doing her thing. Still doing her thing. All right, love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.